Oh my God, he's got 46 mutuals, all gay.
You know the drama is never ending. Don't let it get the best of you.
Hey,
Hello. Me and Cinzia are both serving barefoot.
We're serving jeans in a white top. Also,
Yeah,
apparently there
actually.
are some toe pervs. I didn't realize my full toes were exposed on the video. You
On
know,
the video.
You know, when you think
You didn't
they can't
realise
see
just
my
how
toes.
quite the wide angle shot was. Is that what you mean?
However, you know, Lucy said she saw a comment saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, toes on the
Well, we
table."
are. You can find us on Wiki Feet, and you can find us
Absolutely.
with a high score as well.
A score of 4.5.
So keep ranking us 5
What
stars,
am I?
please.
4.
I don't know. I've not checked it in a while.
I'm 4. You're a what? 4.5. Sophia's got that high score.
Well, I've always got a French tip toenail.
Yeah.
You're sometimes a little bit over the place, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I'm just covering the. I've got red to match the net. Like, surely
Yeah, it's
monochrome is
cohesive,
nice.
actually.
Like,
See, I would
imagine.
never get a red toenail.
I know, but sometimes the coolest girls have
Yeah.
the cool colours on the toes.
Yeah, no,
Like-
I think the coolest
like-
girls is the French tip.
Really.
I think a French tip toe.
So you're calling yourself a cool girl?
Yeah, I think the French tip toe is the best. I think it's better than a
Yeah,
white
it is-
toe.
yeah.
I think it's an elite choice.
It is gorgeous. Yeah.
Just checking out my toes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then like Fiona will always go in orange. Like
Oh.
quite like a summer
Oh, yeah,
pink
yeah.
orange.
Yeah. Mum is always a bright pink, bright orange coral.
Coral.
Yeah, she loves a coral. And
Yeah.
I like it. I rate
I like it too.
Like a hot pink for Italy.
yeah, it's nice actually.
Cobalt blue on the toe for Mykonos.
Yeah. It's a sleigh actually.
It's cool.
It is.
Some of the coolest girls you know have those bright colours on their toes.
Yeah, she does have cool colours on her toes, doesn't she? Yeah.
And like, but the thing is with toenail colours, if you type any toenail colour onto Pinterest, there's always going to be a nice picture of it with someone with nice toes,
Yeah.
nice shape.
Yeah.
And a nice tan.
And nice moisturised feet as well.
Yeah, like a nice little soft,
no
a toe
hairy
ring,
toes.
a toe ring, any colour.
I
can
mean,
look
people
good.
get toenail extensions, don't they?
I'm not opposed to that. I'd like a sharp, square, scratchy toe.
Scratchy.
I would like
It's quite
that.
hard though for the trainers. I mean, I have to keep my
I
toenails
feel-
short.
True, maybe just for summer, toe out season. But I'm not opposed to a bit of length on the toe.
A bit of toenail extension.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice square shape.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you've got
Do you know-
round toenails, haven't you?
Well, I'm not getting them out, but I do try and get them
No one's
sharper.
zooming in on your feet.
But if I ever
I could do the pedicure.
file my toes, I will try and do a
square.
square. It's just how if someone cuts them down, it's like, well, they're cut down. Then you can't do a square.
Shape, of course.
We've never talked about. Maybe we should ask what do people have on their toenails? Because I'm
What's
interested.
the most popular choice? People love
But a
white toenails.
A milky is nice.
I don't like that.
Really? So I've seen everything looks good to me on Pinterest. I
Yeah,
feel.
everything looks good on Pinterest.
Like a milky-
I remember I just had white toenails before and they just looked a bit like, I don't know, they just didn't look that great.
I think it
didn't
has to be really opaque.
And yeah, I think I have to have
Really?
tanned feet as well
Yeah.
for a white toenail.
Yeah.
Can't be
you're
middle
right.
of winter, December 25th with a white toenail.
Let me go
It's
on
not looking
Pinterest and I'm going to
good.
put
Like a ghost.
toenail.
I stand by the French tip.
Yeah, it is. It's a classic for the hands and the toes, isn't it? Toenail trends 2025. Let's see what's top.
I mean, flip-flop is a weird shoe, isn't it, in itself?
Who invented the flip?
It's literally
I
like
fear it was the
thong
caveman.
for the toes.
I fear it was the caveman.
I don't
A bit of
think it was the
bark,
caveman.
a bit of
Bit of tree,
yeah, a bit of a leaf,
bit of
It was-
fur.
well, the first shoe was a
hide.
leaf, wasn't it, Sophia?
Yeah.
Here we go. Right, so I type in toenail on Pinterest.
What's
the
the
first
first
thing
one?
that comes up, unfortunately, is a French.
Haha.
Next up, that's nice.
Yeah, but that would just look
That's
so much
like
better with a white tip.
fresh sparkle. Yeah, butter yellow. Sophia, you can't deny that looks good.
No, I don't like that.
That looks good. Sophia doesn't like it. Some nice neutral. That's
That's gorgeous. But how nice would that look with a white tip? That's
Yeah.
just a French tip without the tip.
Yeah, that's a nice baby pink.
Yeah, that's nice.
I bet we've got a lot of Wiki Feet tuna in us today.
We're really getting
Butter
them in.
yellow, butter brown on the toe. That's a risky move. Not
I
for me.
like that, actually.
Really, see, we're different.
She looks good there.
Yeah, red. Hey.
Don't like that. I'm just kidding.
She's jealous of my toes, guys. We've got a rainbow
No.
chrome. All right, we'll stop the toenail talk.
Okay, we'll stop the toenail
But
talk.
it's, it's
I mean, I
summer.
hope everyone's got, a healthy toenail, because if you have toenail pain, oh my God, it's excruciating.
Yeah.
Toenail pain, like a bruised toenail.
it will make my bottom
Or
teeth
like
go.
a toenail that, oh my God, there's nothing quite like toenail pain.
Was
you
it?
can't even walk. I've had it before where one of my toenails, it was, I think it got stamped on a night out.
With a heel, that would do
With
it.
a heel, and it was just so bruised that it was like I literally had a limp because of this toenail.
Yeah.
So I
not
hope no
good.
one out there is suffering with bad toenails at the moment.
Not good.
I mean, Fiona's had a few toenails fall off,
What?
as in like she's lost her big toe a couple times.
Ooh.
But it always grows back, and it's always
it's
like
like
when by
hair.
the time it actually falls off, there's a new nail underneath.
Oh,
Have you not had a toenail fall off?
not fall off.
I don't
not
think I have actually.
Not fall off. No. It's giving butterflies,
rebirth,
shedding.
cocoon.
It's giving caterpillar
Yeah.
into the new. It's quite nice. New life.
Yeah, new life.
Right, we should do the question
Yeah,
of the
let's do
week.
the question of the week. Okay, happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back.
I've got a banana bread matcha today.
Oof,
Really
I've just
nice.
got my water. And we thought this week, now hopefully this isn't too doom and gloom.
Well, I
We're
think
going to make it positive.
yeah, I mean, it's obviously a good thing because you've realized that they are no friend of yours.
True. So we've asked this week, what was your I need new friends moment?
I'm going to put a prediction in and I'm calling it. There's going to be people saying abandoned on a night out drunk. I
Yes.
feared that is abandoned.
That's a popular choice.
for a boy as well.
Yeah, that's a good
And then
point.
like when that happens, you're like, girl code.
Yeah, where are you?
Yeah.
Okay, so when was the moment you needed new friends? Right, we've got here.
Oh no. Yes, the question of the week is when
this
was
is
the moment
interesting.
you realized you needed new friends?
When she told her boyfriend and he told his friends every detail about my situationship.
So she just told her boyfriend all your business.
And then he then
And he could even keep
Passed
passing
it along.
Yeah, yeah. Valid.
freshly single, I was getting to know boys and she told them all I was speaking to them all.
What?
I found out they made group chats without me. Yeah, that's a big one. I
That'll
feel
do
like.
it. That'll do it. Wait, I'm just deep in that one. She told all the boys that she was, that is
Sabotage.
mental.
Jealous.
Oh my God, I have something to tell you.
What?
So, Olivia, our good friend,
Yeah.
Lydia's best friend, went out the weekend
Oh my God.
and she was at a house party.
Are you allowed to tell this story?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And had a run-in with a boy.
Right.
And this boy was like, oh yeah, like Sophia.
Don't say whatever you're about to say.
He was like, obviously I've just heard this story through Lydia. I was like, oh yeah,
no.
Sophia, like I fumbled that. And
What? Who is this person?
Wait a second. And Olivia was like, oh. And then he was like, yeah, like I took her on a date once. And I fumbled her, like, oh, fumbled her. And Olivia was like, oh,
Wait, no,
right.
is she gonna be sick?
Not believing it.
How was it?
And then Olivia called up Lydia the next day being like, I ran into this boy and he said he went on a date with Sophia. I was like inboxing him. I said like, no fucking chance. And Lydia was like, what's his name? And she was like, I never heard of this boy ever before. Like, he's lying. Like, oh, what a freak. Like, he would lie about that. Like, how embarrassing. Like, he's just embarrassed himself.
Who was it?
And then Lydia was like, I was like, who?
Don't, I'm going to
Because I was like, no, like, I was like, I'm trying to remember like the boys from back in the day. I was like, I don't know who this could be. And she was like,
I'm racking
Do
my
you-
brain.
Are you trying to have a thing?
I'm racking my brain.
One date, no more, right? And I was like, who is it? Who is it?
Who the fuck is that?
You know. You have to sit with it for a second. I'll show you his picture. And I was like, wait.
Who the hell is that?
And then she sent me a picture and I was like, wait. I need to see.
Oh my fucking God.
And then I saw a picture of him and I was like,
wait.
I was like, she did. It was one day it was. He's telling the truth. I was like, she did.
Does he like skew Michael Monterosso? Not to give Michael Monterosso more clout.
Yes, like he had a pretty face.
Oh my God.
And I was like, she did.
We met him through.
Was he? And I was screaming.
Wait, did I go on a date with that boy?
I think it was and I was trying to remember, I think it was like very casual, like after work, maybe like a drink or something. But then you were like, no. Yeah, so he's...
Wow, we're making impressions on people, aren't we?
You left an imprint of this man 10 years on.
And he fumbled the bag.
Yeah, and he's chatting. Oh,
and he's still hanging on to it.
I had one day, I fumbled it. Yeah, it made me laugh.
Oh, bless him.
I know.
Oh, I feel bad that I didn't remember his name.
I know. Well, I know.
Oh, I'm sure he brought me a drink as well. That's
we thank the man.
We thank him.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the question of the week. When was the moment you knew you needed new friends?
Yep.
This is interesting.
Yep.
I started a business and they would never say a word about it. They never followed my Instagram account or shared anything.
Or even purchased from the brand.
That's when you know.
Oh.
Don't want you to do well.
Oh, didn't buy, it's like crochet handbags.
She ran up to me saying, I've got some tea for you. And it was her going on a date with my ex.
That is not tea.
That's not tea. That's a crime.
That's news that will shatter my heart.
But maybe she tried to play it off as like, oh my God, you're never going to guess what? Like gossip. Trying to make it not look so incriminating.
Yeah, trying to make it seem to you like it's like, oh my God, no way. Yeah.
You can come if you want comments all the time. When my best friend told my boyfriend he should break up with me.
Best friend told my.
She sent me a video in my ex's room after a night out saying, guess where I am? They slept together. Wow. Oh. Went on a night out with the girl he cheated on me with. Yeah, that would do it.
Wait, went on a night out with the...
Most common one, I think, is discovering that group chats have been made that you aren't in.
That's actually no heartbreak like that. That's really...
Yeah,
the feeling of being left out.
It's a big feeling.
It's like we're a group of 6. And for some reason, you're isolating me. Like, that is a awful
And then, like, you
feeling.
just see it on Instagram and you're like...
That is a
what?
Awful feeling.
Yeah, this was your prediction, since they left me on a night out, blacked out, with no one. Yeah. Safe to say we're no longer friends. When I knew I couldn't confide in one of them without the rest of them finding out. Oh, that's interesting.
It was always gossip.
Yeah,
it was always
so you
shared.
know that you've not really got that one person who you know is going to keep a secret.
You can't talk in confidence.
Yeah. Ghosting when they get boyfriends, then running back when single.
Yeah. I mean, I fear that is
common.
a tale as old as time.
Yeah.
Until you are a couple boyfriends in and kind of can handle
the balance.
The balance.
I think that's pretty normal.
Yeah.
When she was livid that I bought the same top as her. Bestie for 10 years asked if she could go on holiday on my 30th birthday weekend.
Oh, and if you'd already had plans.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Right, let's just do a couple more. When did you know you needed new friends?
I'm surprised we not had any thieving. I was expecting maybe like
thieves.
A bit of robbery,
When hanging out with other people became a problem. So quite like a jealous friend. Like you weren't allowed to be friends with anyone else.
Oh, so it was like, who are you with?
Bit controlling.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. To have that from a friend.
Yeah.
Usually that's like a boyfriend thing, isn't it?
Oh, when I realized that if I never reached out, we would never speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting realization, isn't it? When it's like,
time.
Actually, if I didn't message or suggest anything, I don't think I'd ever see this person. Yeah.
Well, this week we're going to hold space for the poor old fellow who fumbled Sophia 10 years ago. Oh, poor thing.
Oh, we hold him in our palms and we send him
Can't move on.
and we send him good thoughts and well wishes.
Oh,
Bless him.
bless him. Right.
Let's move on.
Let's dive into the imb.
Right, we're starting today. Apparently we've got an emergency. She's an emergency,
Tragedy.
please read. What song?
Who was that? S Club 7?
Is it?
Backstreet
Shania Twain?
Boys.
In sync?
Is it not S Club 7?
Tragedy. Yeah, is it?
Tragedy.
Who is it?
Oh, close.
Oh,
The Bee Gees.
classic. So we've
Tragedy.
got, I think I've broken girl code, even maybe twin code, every code.
Shit. Now,
Okay, she's a
twin
coder.
code, but let's... Twin code.
Twin code runs deep.
That's
Embryo type of shit.
you know, twin code. If you broke twin code, is there any way back? I guess because you're so connected to your twins.
You don't have a choice.
You share genitals.
That's not correct.
They were split at birth. But like
You share genitals.
mental.
Hi, girls. Long-time listener, first-time writer.
Thank you, Sarah.
Really need some advice
Thank
from
you.
the wisest girls I could think to turn to.
Tragedy.
Sarah. Right.
Sarah,
Honestly,
that's
don't
a-
even know where to begin with
That's
this.
a lovely compliment.
I already know how bad it is, but I need to get it off my chest.
Right.
Get it off, Sarah. Vent to us.
Sometimes, yeah, writing something down, whether you even type the email out
Yeah.
and not send it, you know, the art of
Getting it out.
on paper or on a phone or a notes app is it's like, because journaling, that's why journaling is good for your mind.
So I have a twin sister. Let's call her Helen. And we're carbon copies.
A bit like me and you today. Like
Yeah.
jeans and
white
a white
vest, toes
top.
out.
We've got the same bag, a blue bag. Like,
We have like the same laugh, same voice. We've done the whole like swapping classes and pretending to be each other, yada,
Aw.
yada, yada. So we're identical. We've always been super close and a bit crazy, but this time we took it too far. A few months ago, we reconnected with our childhood best friend, Sarah. Sarah had just had her heart completely shattered by this guy, we'll call him Brian, who she'd been madly in love with. She opened up to us about how he'd lied, cheated, and just basically crushed her confidence. So Helen and I started, picking Sarah back up, taking her out, going on nights out, getting social again, trying to cheer her up, yada, yada, yada. One night we were out drinking and somehow the conversation turned back to Brian. The three of us landed on this stupid idea.
wait, I'm scared.
It started as a joke.
I'm scared.
Wouldn't it be kind of funny if Helen and I, being identical, messed with Brian? Pretended to be one person and messed with him a little. The three of us actually laughed about it, said it would be harmless, funny. The three of us agreed no physical stuff. No kissing, no catching feelings, just confusing him and then ghosting. That was the plan.
So a bit
It's giving 2000s rom-com, really, isn't it?
It is. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to start
giving
writing my
Parent
EP. So it's kind of giving like when you're trying to mess with, it's giving catfish.
Yeah.
And you create a fake account and you're
Just trying to hurt his feelings,
you're trying to
I think.
make him fall in love with someone and then you're not real.
I think so.
Right.
So
Let's call up, what's his name? Neve.
Brian. Oh.
Neve.
Yeah, the catfish man.
The catfish man, right.
So I went into the bar he works at and ordered drinks off him. Bit of flirty chat, nothing too crazy. And then I asked for his Instagram. Side
Oh,
note.
so he doesn't know about you girls, the twins?
No, because you were childhood best friends.
Right, okay, of course, got it.
Surprisingly, I noticed he was quite nice and not at all like the guy that Sarah had been describing. Anyways.
I can see where this is going
Then we
now.
switched.
Come on.
Helen met up with him next, then me, then her again. Sometimes we even took turns mid-date. So we were like matching outfits like we are today. And he genuinely never noticed.
But yeah, I guess you'd have to fill her in on what we've just chatted
What
about.
we've been speaking about.
Okay.
At first, it was really funny. We'd come home and compare notes, what he said to her, what he said to me.
Right.
But slowly I started to realize I kind of fancied him. I found myself making excuses to be the one who saw him.
Okay.
Telling Helen she wasn't feeling it anymore or that I had a better idea for a date.
Because thinking like, surely
This is a lot of effort as well, ladies.
And also I'm thinking like, surely it's funny like the first two times.
Yeah, then like...
Or like one meetup like, oh. But then it's like, wait, I'm getting dressed up
I
to go
know.
see this guy for
like it's Friday night and like I'm
For-
flirting with this man for 3 hours across the table.
For a bit of
for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this carried. So you started to like
carried
him.
on. I'd get jealous when she was texting him or hanging out with him. How are you texting him from 2 different numbers? How are you texting
Maybe
him
it's
and
the
Helen?
same iMessage account. I don't know.
Then one night after a few drinks, I stupidly slept with him. And the plan's gone very south, ladies.
Oh no. I mean, whose idea was this?
The twins.
Oh yeah.
Watching too many rom-coms.
Oh my God.
Thinking John Tucker must die.
Oh God.
I didn't tell Helen. I told myself it was because you know what it's
Helen's
giving?
the twin.
It's giving Phoebe and Ursula.
But
It's giving Phoebe and Ursula.
Yeah, but he's gonna meet her with Helen and go, oh, your pussy was so good. Like, isn't
had
he?
such a good time
He's
last
gonna say,
night.
like,
Or when he's texting Helen.
You're naughty in bed.
He's going to text.
Helen's gonna be like, like, oh
He's
God.
going to text Helen had such a good time last night. She's going to say, I didn't see you last night.
Yeah, but
Right.
unless
There's a few plot holes, ladies.
Unless our Sarah's plan now is to be like, let's pull back, like let's stop this, but really she's going to secretly keep seeing him.
Possibly. We kept seeing each other and I managed to have the dates only be me.
Right.
I spent full weekends at his. Sarah,
But
this is no longer the plan.
wait, what was the friend called?
We've skewed very far.
What was the friend called?
Sarah.
Where's Sarah?
I even met his mum and didn't tell
What?
Helen or Sarah.
But Sarah not got you on Find My Friends, like.
Then one night, Brian decided to tell me that he loved me. And I haven't told anyone.
So it's kind of giving like you're seeing an ex, although you're not. You know when you're secretly seeing an ex and it's sparking
Well, that's
back
exactly
up.
what oh yeah, you're seeing her ex.
But you're seeing her ex who also your twin was seeing.
Yeah.
And it's like you're keeping it to yourself because you're a bit embarrassed, you know. It's like, oh.
How have we got
and
here?
now it's like we blink and now we're in love.
I actually quite like you.
You're blinking, you're pregnant, Helen. Sarah.
We're twins.
Susan, whatever your name is. Yeah. With twins.
The
One
next
girl, one
week-
boy.
The next week, Helen sat me down. Oh my
Who's
God.
Helen again?
Your twin
Your twin,
sister.
your twin.
No, sorry. This is getting crazy.
No.
She said, Helen sat me down crying. She said she'd slept with him. It can't be.
Helen, girls.
I'm sorry, this
what
can't
kind
be.
of a year has this man got?
And she felt awful and she didn't know how to tell Sarah.
But obviously to Brian,
and that, like,
it's
I
one
actually
person.
really like him.
To Brian, it's one person.
Yeah.
But what
Your
if
vaginas must be identical.
But what if like
Maybe you do share
one of
genitals
you has
after
got
all.
like a birthmark on your back? He's not noticing that, is
But
he?
I guess it's one of those
Sorry.
things where it's like, if you guys are like really identical, you know how
She
it's
says-
identical,
yeah.
and like if you guys
Yeah.
did used to like swap places
Yeah.
and like blah, 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 like if you're not thinking, I don't know, because some twins look
because-
quite different, identical, but some, like we met those in Australia, they were like
Oh.
two halves of the same coin.
Could be that we're not in Australia, are we?
No.
I'm thinking we're sorry. Yeah, I mean, yeah, same
And if
laugh,
you're
yeah,
not-
same voice. Well, it's like those twins, those Australian twins, who speak the same.
Yes.
Let's try it.
That share the man.
Yeah,
That share
No,
the
no, no.
boyfriend.
Yeah, there are those, but there's those twins who say that they can speak the same sentence at the same time. Have you not seen them? on
Are they
TikTok?
brunette?
Yeah, but it's not those ones you're thinking of who share that man.
I don't know.
They've just been on the news, so they're just like, let's talk.
Okay.
Me and Sophia, like, we just love matcha, and like we just drink it all the time, and like we
it's
love
so-
things like that. You see, pretty good. Like anyone can do that. Let me do it to you. I think I'll get it better.
What am I doing? Just saying a sentence.
We're just speaking the same.
My best friend Cinzia is actually really jealous of my toes.
You see, I got that. Great.
Okay, so Helen's told you that she slept with him.
And also, like Brian,
Brian's just sleeping with a new
like,
girl.
none the wiser, but also like, has he not followed one of you on Instagram and like seen that there's fucking two? Like, obviously, he's in love with one of you. And
Apparently,
he's not followed you on Instagram.
yeah, we've got some plot holes.
All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you mean in the story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything, but the more she spoke about it and how she felt,
Well, maybe we're going to have to work out like those Australian twins and just share the man. come clean and say, look, there's 2 of us. You've got 4 pairs of tits, 4 arms, 4 legs. Take
4
us as a
vaginas.
package.
2.
2 4 holes.
She actually 4 holes, 2 vaginas.
Well, technically 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
9.
What's the 9th? Oh, yes. 9, 10.
Belly button?
No, it's not a hole. Sealed.
Of course.
10 holes.
10 holes.
Wow.
I didn't say anything, but the more she spoke about it and how she
Shit.
felt, I started to feel really bad because obviously I've been quite secretive and yada, yada, yada.
Well, it's like you both have been doing the same thing then, I
Yeah.
guess. But, sorry, has there not ever been a moment, like our girl writing in,
Yeah.
where she's spent the weekend with Brian,
Yeah.
and then
Helen's
has gone,
been
hey,
texting.
how are you? I'm with you. Like, how is that
Yeah.
how has that not happened? I'm with you. What do you mean? Like, because if Helen's, obsessed with him too, texting him,
Yeah.
I'm confused how we're doing the texting thing. And all right, okay.
Helen's meant to see him next. I know when she does, he'll probably say something and she's going to realize
Say what? I
that
love
we've
you.
been sleeping with each other and seeing each other.
Oh, I see. So maybe Helen's not seen him in a while.
I'm so confused.
Right,
It's not really
Helen.
making sense.
Right, but Sophia, these 2 twins start this as a joke.
Mm-hmm.
They were meeting up with this guy. They've both caught feelings because he's charming. He's got the allure.
They've both been seeing him on the
And-
sly.
They've both secretly been liking him, and then both have secretly been sleeping with him and enjoying it and not telling each other or their childhood friend. And now he's in love with you. Well, he's in love with whoever he thinks he's dating, who to him is one person. So he's in love. Bless you. He's in love with Helen and Our Lady here.
He's in love with bits of both of you because he thinks you're one person.
He thinks you're one. So he is in love with Helen and he is in love with you. But now Helen's had to come clean because she can't, but you're still
She can't-
agreeing to see him because she said Helen's seeing him
Where's
next.
Sarah in all of this?
I fear she's gone back to wherever she lives.
So now I'm turning to you girls because I've got no idea what to do. I know like I'm the awful person in this situation, but I just need to know how to navigate it from here. Do I tell Helen and Sarah the truth? Do I say nothing unless and maybe it will inevitably come out? I'm so stressed. I'm feeling really guilty, but I can't help how I feel. And I don't want to lose what I found in Brian.
No, Sarah,
even though I know it's wrong. But I've never been with someone who makes me feel like he does. He's just so not the man that Sarah painted him out to be. So I don't know what to do. Loved your Dublin show last September and chatting to you in the VIP Q&A. Sarah, if only you brought this problem to the
Sarah,
stage.
did you come with your twin? We've met you. Wow, Sarah. Because we met these twins in Australia and they were like
identical.
identical.
Same.
So maybe I'm thinking of them. Okay, Sarah, this needs to end now.
I don't really know what's happened here.
I think it needs to end now. I think you need to say to Helen, we both need to say, oh my God, me too. I've slept with him too. Look, Helen's already admitted she slept with him.
Yeah.
So you're both, obviously you're twins. You're not too dissimilar.
You're twins.
You know?
She might even be able to read your mind. She might even know.
His allure obviously worked on both of you.
Yes.
So
So obviously attracted to the same people.
Yeah. So I would say
What the hell do we do about Sarah?
we can never tell Sarah. Oh, we're going to sit Sarah down and say, we've both slept with your ex-boyfriend.
And what? We're just going to sit and hang out with her and not tell her?
Well, I fear the relationship, I fear the friendship has
I fear
crumbled
the friendship
anyway.
has crumbled. Yeah.
You
I think
know?
it probably has. This has gone way too far.
Yeah, so I fear we're probably never going to reach out to poor Sarah to want to
Again.
hang out with anyway. Because you wouldn't be able to face her. Right, I think you need to tell your twin. You can tell your twin anything. She's already confided in you.
Yeah, she's already told
And
you.
You need to break up with the idea that Brian and you are going to be anything
Because at the
ever.
end of the day, he slept with
'Cause-
your sister.
At the end of the day, his Willie's gone in her vazoon. Unless you're okay, like those twins in Australia,
Yeah.
you might be all right with that. You girls might
Buy one,
actually
get one
quite
free.
like that situation where you could live together forever, raise children together with the same man. You got I mean, really, that does sound
Sounds
quite
quite good.
appealing.
Yeah.
And I can imagine, if I had an identical twin,
Yeah.
maybe you because you're not repulsed by that. Whereas if Lydia came to me and she had slept with a man that I'd slept with,
That's a bit different.
I would never want to go near that man ever again. I'd feel physically violently ill. But you don't seem to feel like that. I mean, I don't know. She didn't say that after hearing the news.
Maybe we could half him.
So maybe there is. So I would chat to your twin because I feel like let her know. Look, I've slept with him 5 times.
And maybe say like when you first did, let's go down memory lane a little bit.
I think you can be honest with your twin. Like that's not going anywhere, that information. Like the twin bond is the twin bond.
Yeah. And you're also
forever.
both equally as guilty.
Yeah.
So like you can't be mad at her. She can't be mad at you because you've both behaved in the same way.
And you both planned to do this. That this was both of your fun plan.
Yeah.
You know, which is just skewed left a little. It's skewed slightly.
It's skewed. It's taking a hard
talk
left.
to your twin. Obviously, that conversation's going to go nowhere. As in, like, it's not going to leave the two of you. It's confidential, absolutely. So,
I don't think you can be a friend to Sarah anymore. You've slept with her ex.
If I was you, I wouldn't tell Sarah. I fear that's something she may not be able
Ignorance
to
is bliss.
recover from.
But you're going to have to drift.
Because, like, imagine I was best friend with a pair of twins. No, actually, everyone put yourself in this. Imagine I was best friend with a pair of twins, and I was like, "Oh, my ex, like nightmare." Like,
and they were like, "Well, let's
traumatized.
just fuck." Let's just.
I was like, "Yeah, let's fuck with him.
Let's
like,
just fuck him about a
yeah,
bit. Let's just go on a
yeah.
date. Let's arrange. Let's not show up. Let's just like mess with his head."
Yeah, and then 6 months later, they sit me down and they're like, "Chintzia, like we've slept with him like about 30 times."
We both have.
Yeah, we both
really
have.
like him. He's a really nice guy, actually.
I don't think I could recover from.
I don't think Sarah needs.
I've
to
lost
know.
my boyfriend, and now I've lost, my 2 bestie twin pals.
No. Right.
So,
girls, good luck. None of this behaviour in the future.
As the French say, bon chance.
Bon chance.
But look, you 2 twins, you're always going to have each other. You can get through anything, you girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's quite nice
Through
to have a
thick
twin.
and thin.
Exactly, through thick and thin. And I think you guys just need to put this guy behind you and just hopefully you can laugh about it in 10 years' time.
Did you see the twins that met the twins and then both had twins at the same time?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
You girls should
beautiful.
pursue that avenue instead, I think.
That's beautiful. Usually, right, this next one, usually it's the other way around.
Yeah.
So usually it's my bestie got a boyfriend and has abandoned me.
Mm-hmm.
But in this instance, it's my best friend cut me off because I was single. Because I was single. That's interesting.
That's weird.
Yeah. Hi, girls.
Don't
before
usually hear about that way around.
Before I start, just want to let you know that
So
you
she's
girls-
only allowed to be friends with people who are in relationships.
Oh, maybe a boyfriend is saying, I don't trust her, she's single.
You can't go out
because
with her.
some boyfriends are really insecure about you having single girlfriends
friends.
who you're going out with because they think, oh, well, they're going to be bringing boys over. Then.
Yeah.
And it's like this whole insecurity thing and it's this control and and the boyfriend's isolated her from her friends. It could be that. But Sarah says, before I start, I just want to let you know that you girls are the whole reason I can stay awake on my commute home from Heathrow every week.
Sarah, you work at the airport.
At the airport. I adore you
Duty-free.
both.
Maybe she's a pilot.
Sarah is a pilot. You are flying those planes
Your exits are
really,
here,
really
here,
well,
and
Sarah.
here.
Oh. So this is actually sad. Sarah starts saying, I miss my best friend. I've had the closest friend who I used to have the most intellectual and positive conversations with.
Wow.
This was very mutual and would be reciprocated back and forth. We would go out for coffee, we would go for walks and shopping. I worked down London, so every opportunity I was back up home, I was with her, and she seriously got me out of my darkest place as I did with her. So you guys really
this
had
is your
this,
best friend.
this bond
Intellectual conversations.
that was deep. I was with my ex-boyfriend at the time, and although he was mistreating me, I still stayed with him, knowing the relationship was something I wanted to be out of. She was my rock and gave me the most important advice and reality checks. Okay. It got to the point where I did cheat on my ex at the time with my old situationship. I was going through a lot at the time and was something I told her immediately as we were so close. She was obviously disappointed at first, but I had my whole trust in her. I did eventually break up with my ex around 2 weeks later when I found him on Grindr.
Whoa, plot twist.
Yes, Grindr. Okay, so you guys
weren't
meant to be.
then.
I'm glad you
You've got
got out of
different
that
interests.
relationship. Different interests, absolutely.
Actually, we've got the common interest.
Of
I like men, and
course.
so do you.
Of course, yeah.
We've got one very wrong thing in common.
Yeah.
This means we're not compatible.
Yeah. She is in a happy relationship and fully content with her boyfriend, which I love for her and made me so happy to see. But after the breakup with my ex, I went off the rails a little and was out drinking more, sleeping out more, and being a little reckless. Just honestly, typical.
Doing what single girls do.
Yeah, she said, look, it's just typical freshly single girl behavior. Nonetheless.
Oh, did she like not approve of your antics? Is that where we're going?
I think maybe. I think this may be. So you're just like partying out there, like, you know, when you felt trapped in a relationship for a while.
It's like, oh my God, I've not done this in so long. And like I've just got no time.
You just want to go out and
to whoever
boogie.
I want. And I can entertain things. And it's not, I don't really like him that much, but whatever.
Well, you're just like living your life and do whatever you want to do. When you're single, you've got, no ties to anyone. And nonetheless, anytime I was back in my home city from working away, I think maybe she's an air hostess. I would text her messages like, fancy a coffee on me, Nando's later, etc., and wasn't hearing back for days. These non-existent replies lasted around 3 weeks before I texted her asking if I had done anything wrong. To which she replied, no, you've done nothing wrong, etc. I didn't believe it, but I left it for a while. Okay, so there's now become this disconnect.
Something's feeling off.
Yep. I think it got to the point where I realized she wasn't going to text me first. And when I did query what the problem was, she told me that our lives no longer aligned. I was a bad influence. Even though I'd never been out drinking with her or ever forced her to do something she wasn't comfortable with. She didn't like the way I was living my life after the breakup. Reading this, I was
judging you.
So she's saying we don't align anymore. Mm-hmm. Okay. Reading this, I was so disheartened, as I would have done anything for that girl and hated the fact that she thought so badly of me. Mm. Someone I would have sacrificed everything for and every last penny I had. I knew previously her boyfriend didn't like her having friends.
Okay. That's what we thought.
I fear I rest my case. Like, it's this man and his
point, evidence, explain.
With his bright ideas. Oh, she's acting it. I don't think she's a good friend of yours shouldn't be acting like that. Getting in her head.
And then she doesn't want to, like, if she's in a good place with her boyfriend, she doesn't want to rock the boat by saying she's going to meet up with you. So she'd rather just not. She's been influenced by her boyfriend that you're a bad influence.
Yep. When you're nothing of the sort. Like, I knew it would be something to do with the boyfriend. I just fucking knew it because, right. I knew previously her boyfriend didn't like her having friends. What boyfriend doesn't like their girlfriend having friends?
An
what
insecure
a fucking
one.
Sick and twisted thing. What a mental thing that is. Yeah. Like, imagine I said.
So real though. Like,
well, yeah, because I think
it's like they don't want you going out. They also don't want you,
little prick.
They don't want you having people to like vent with and confide in.
They don't want you to share
and to be
your
like,
problems.
Like we had a bit of an argument last night. Like they don't want that. They don't want you to have that network.
Listen, I fear this relationship is not perfect, and she's only allowed to say that it's perfect. You know, he must say to her, don't tell anyone about this.
These are our problems. It's our private
business.
Like
we talk about this is our private business. Stuff. You don't tell anyone about this. So that's why you had the illusion, Sarah, that her relationship is really happy and really perfect, because she's not sharing these problems because her boyfriend is telling her she can't.
Yeah. And that's not what grown-ups do. We deal with it ourselves.
When that is not the case.
It's not gossip.
That is not the case. It's like you are allowed to tell people about your problems.
Till I'm blue in the face. We'll go over and over and over and over and over.
Right, that's because imagine like I had a boyfriend and I was like, you're not allowed to have any friends.
Yeah.
It's fucking abnormal.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so we've unlocked kind of a new layer.
We've unlocked a new character.
This. Yeah. So she said, I knew previously her boyfriend didn't like her having friends that weren't in relationships. Sorry, I didn't finish the sentence, but still, all aligns. So you don't like your girlfriend having single friends. What? Because what? Because what?
Insecure.
Which I could understand to a degree, but I was never drunk or a bad influence around her and often feared and thought he had something to do with it. Okay. So your gut is that this guy's got something to do with it. We have so many memories together and I miss our laughs so much. I have since moved 5 hours down the country to London with my boyfriend, who I've been with now for 8 months.
Oh,
so you've got a new boyfriend.
Plot twist.
And not having friends down here is really hard. And she's the one girl I've been thinking about and wishing well of. Yeah, because she lives in London too, your best friend, right? No, you work in London.
But now she's moved down here. Okay, so time's moved on, life's moved on. You're actually in a new long relationship and you're thinking back like, well,
you need to get your
girl relationship
back
now, so maybe we can be friends again.
Yeah, I think you need to get your girl back and check in on her.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on in that house? Like, I fear we don't know what's happening with her. You know, I fear we don't know her relationship at all. You know, we've heard this one glimpse of like, you know, that.
Okay, so you're now in a relationship. You think of her often.
She's the one girl I've been thinking about and wishing well of. We are very happy and living comfortably. And I feel like she would see I'm not the girl I was when I was in that bad, you know, mental state. I really want to see her to resume our laughs and our friendship, how it was before, but I'm unsure how to go around it. She's a gorgeous girl with the purest soul, and I wish her nothing but the best always. She loves you both too. And I really hope she listens to this.
Oh, this is a call
Sarah.
out.
Thank you so much, girls. I've attached a photo of us.
Oh my God, this is a call
We're
out.
reconnecting,
Right,
friends,
we need
on
to
the
get our
podcast.
serious hats on
Here
now
they are,
because
Sophia.
if we've got two sides of the story
this
tuning
is
in, this
serious
is important.
now. This is serious now.
Oh,
Best friends.
girls.
Honestly, giving twin as well.
Yeah.
Like, you're giving identical twins. Beautiful blonde bombshells. That's a really cool card holder. Like, look at that.
Yeah, because I mean, the thing about like adult friendships is that, yeah, you are going to be in different places at different times, and you are going to go through phases when like, oh, she's in her party era, I'm basically married. Like, you are going to go through, you're not always going to be on the same vibe all the time.
Yeah, and that's okay.
And I feel like this was your kind of first experience of that, where like you were in your party girl era and she's in like serious relationship era. Yeah, I don't think it sounds right, her relationship, if he doesn't like her having single friends. That's giving a weird
I don't like
dynamic.
I fear deep down it, obviously I fear deep down it wasn't her choice to unfriend you and distance herself from you. I think she had that negative influence of her boyfriend kind of saying, oh, what's Sarah up to? Oh, I don't approve of that. You know, that's no friend of yours anymore. You know, no girlfriend of mine has friends who does stuff like that. And, you know, she's got her love goggles on and, you know, she can't see that that's not right. You know, of course I can have single friends. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, you don't tell me.
Exactly. Like, but obviously this twat got in her head and she acted on it. But
if she's still with him, well, I guess you're in a relationship now, so maybe you're
I think you need to go get your girl back.
Yeah.
Send her a message, reach out. Hey, Sarah, how are you? I've been thinking, be honest, be as truthful as you have with us. Like, I've been thinking about you a lot recently. Some life updates for you. I met my Brian 10 months ago. We've been together for 8 months.
But then also, like, we're not really solving any issue here, because God forbid, right? You guys get this great friendship back. God forbid you're ever single again. What if she's just going to cut you off? Like, we need to solve what actually happened here.
We need to get our girl back, get her in a safe space, and say, "How are you? You know, well, why did we drift? Like,
I'm assuming she's still with this guy.
Me too. Why did we drift? And check in on her, because I don't know if like this guy sounds like he's a bit controlling and not very nice.
He's got the power.
Yes, check in on her and say it's you know, it is okay for you to be friends with single people. Like, I'm sure your boyfriend is friends with single guys.
Yeah, maybe that's why he doesn't want you to, because he knows what he gets up to when he's out with single guys.
Brian down and say, so are all your friends in long-term relationships then?
Married with kids?
Yeah, I guaranteed no chance. So it's just fucking double standards, but we need to go get our girl back.
And also, like, you can start slow. We don't have to go back in full intervention
I think just
mode.
Texting right now is great. Like, let's
just texting, like, arrange a coffee, or even just like have a glass of wine on FaceTime together, maybe on like a Thursday night, like arrange something. And look, if you don't get anything back, you don't get anything back. And I feel like, yes, you do your best to reach out, but also, like, I don't want to be begging for a friendship, because at the end of the day, like, you did essentially cut me out when I was single and yada, 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 yada. So, like, I can't beg for your friendship back.
I fear it's the boyfriend, though. I fear it was all the boyfriend.
I know, but what can you do if you don't get a response? You don't get a response.
I know, absolutely. But I would let her know I'm here. I'm going to try and really try, because I don't know if this boyfriend, we don't know how bad it could be. The boyfriend could be monitoring her phone, policing who she's texting now. Like, we don't know. And, narcissists, they love to isolate. Like that's how they get their big kick, like isolating you from your friends. And if you're trying to come back, he can be like, oh, well, you're not replying to that. She's back. Oh yeah. Make sure you block, but so try your best. Hopefully we can get through to her.
See if you get back in touch.
Yeah.
There's no harm.
I think really, really try. And then if you
do get back in touch and you do get on that like regular speaking schedule, then you could like have a bit of reflection and go, oh, it's such a shame we drifted, and like try and open that can of worms again.
And I think try and like prize her, like, how are you really doing? Like, how have you been? How is Brian? Like, how's things? Like, are you guys
did he not like us being friends when I was single?
Ask her the question. Like,
because like, what if you get single again? Are you not allowed to be friends anymore?
No, I know. Well, this is what these controlling fucking,
I would go see if you can get your friend back.
Me too. I think you guys had something special and he got in the way of it, unfortunately. 100%. I don't believe it was her choice. We're taking a plane now over to Espanyol.
We're going to get some paella.
I love paella.
What was that place we used to go to in Barcelona?
Flax and Kale.
Oh, Flax and Kale.
Back in the I feel like that is
still popping spot.
It's still a classic spot in Barcelona.
So we have here, I think my friend's boyfriend is cheating on her with Spanish men.
Yeah.
So another common interest.
Absolutely. So has he moved to Spain?
Living his true life.
How have you got the intel and she hasn't?
I fear me and my boyfriend uncovered something big this weekend. I need to know your thoughts and advice, as I feel this is something I need to bring up to my friend ASAP.
Yeah, pardon the pun, a big Spanish willy.
Why is that a pun?
Because she said,
pardon the pun, a big what?
Because she said, we've uncovered something big. A big Spanish willy.
Oh, okay. Pardon the pun.
In someone's
a big
anus.
Spanish willy.
I was thinking about it for a while. I was like, a big willy.
I will try and keep this as short and snappy as possible.
Give us the deets.
It's about 6 paragraphs, Sarah, so you're all right. My friend, let's call her Sarah, has been with her boyfriend now for about 5 years. They are both 25 years old. His frontal lobe's coming in and he knows who he is.
Yeah.
He pursued her all throughout school, but she didn't really like him and would always complain about him to me. However, COVID hit and he asked if she wanted to go for a walk, and she eventually gave in. And I honestly think due to the lack of interaction with men because of COVID, she kind of just ended up settling.
Those COVID walks,
how romantic.
They'll do it.
There was a few things at the start of the relationship which she told me, which I didn't agree with. For example, he said she must go on the pill as he doesn't want to use condoms. He also tried to end the relationship randomly one night when they were on a night out, and a couple other comments which just didn't sit right with me. Yeah. Anyway, we ended up finding out
my body, matey.
We ended up finding out that he was sending topless photos to one of our gay friends.
Wait, when? When was he doing this? You guys.
Brian is a closeted bisexual, but he has come out to Sarah.
Oh, so he's come out as bisexual to Sarah?
I think so, yeah.
And you two have discovered now that he's sent those pictures to
I think so.
The gay friend in the group.
We, meaning me and my friend, thought this was a bit odd and decided to tell Sarah about the pictures. She thanked us for telling her and said she would ask Brian.
Oh, okay.
Brian said...
Because I guess men do share pictures of their gym progress with each other.
Well, that's what Brian said.
Oh, okay.
It was a gym progress pic. Okay.
With a bit of,
with a bit of a
penis. A bit of a...
penis on the side.
What's the line?
V lines.
It's verging on P9.
Yeah.
We're getting
P9
close
pubes.
to the...
Yet the gay friend receiving these pictures told us he has never before stepped foot in a gym.
Okay.
So it was clearly a lie.
Oh, okay.
This was a few years ago.
Well, what was the context of them? Like, what were we chatting about?
Well,
we don't know. It was 2 years ago.
It was a couple of years ago. So it was just one of those things that happened a few years ago that you never really spent much looking back. You're like, actually, that was really strange. But at the time, like life was just lifing and you were like, oh, that was a bit weird. That didn't really make sense. But we all just kind of moved on. Because, this was a while ago. And since then, Sarah doesn't talk much about their relationship. Okay. Until now.
Oh, that's interesting that after that, she kind of was like... Withdrew from sharing. Because probably deep down, she knew something's a bit off here.
Yesterday, me and my boyfriend came across a second account of his. It has 17,000 followers, and his bio is all about helping people grow online. What this really means, we don't know. Anyway, Sarah follows this account, so it's not a secret. However, when we looked to see who he is following, it is predominantly male and female OnlyFans accounts.
Oh, so Sarah follows it. Okay.
Yeah, which is obviously fine, as people can follow who they want, but it makes me wonder what Sarah thinks and if she knows, because if my Brian was following all these OnlyFans accounts, I would find it a bit strange.
Yeah, like...
We then
to be following
noticed
female OnlyFans accounts in its own thing is like, that's the problem.
But then if his business page is about helping people grow online, maybe he's following these creators.
So he's angling it as like, this is...
It's not his personal page.
So he's angling it as, these are my clients.
Well, I don't know, but...
Potential clients. Interesting.
We then noticed that my Brian's sister follows the account.
Oh.
Which also we thought was strange, as they don't know each other. Brian asked his sister why she follows him, and she says that he has tried to slide into her DMs twice. The first DM stating, "Kinda cute." She never replied, as she thought it was just some weird guy, but this just proves he is up to no good on this account. Yeah. I just feel like the DMs will be full of sketchy behavior.
Yeah.
Okay. I have now found 2 other accounts, making the total 4 Instagram accounts. Fuck, this man's got a lot of email addresses. One is his personal account, with pictures of himself and a few of Sarah, whereas the other 3 are purely himself, holidays, cars, just generally like a luxury lifestyle kind of vibe, which is sad because I know that is not genuine. It all just seems a bit fake. Anyway, The 4th account has been a big discovery.
What? How are you finding these accounts?
She's working hard over the weekend. Yeah. The 4th account is the only one not to be followed by Sarah, which makes me think she doesn't know about it at all.
So Sarah is following these other accounts where he's appearing like single and
luxury lifestyle.
Is so bizarre.
Again, it's full of pictures of himself, holidays, etc. However, his following is all Spanish gay men. For context, he went out to Spain in April with his friend, but returned and went back on a solo holiday to the same location by himself for 4 days last week. This account was made a few weeks before this. I think he was getting up to no good on this holiday, and this account is for all of his secret Spanish shenanigans.
Absolutely. Makes
Can't
a lot
we
of
just
sense.
download Grindr? It's a lot easier.
Well, I think that's obviously, he's probably
Or what's that thing?
He's probably on, yes. That
Sniffies.
That's just on the web.
On the web?
Yeah, you just...
Can't we just do that rather than all these Instagram accounts?
Well, obviously he's
admin
trying
now.
to form... Then they're like, what's your Insta? And it's like, well, I can't give...
You that one.
My main one, Sarah's on it. I can't give you that one because that's one's for that. I can't give you that. Oh, let me create a new one for these Spanish men.
I need to tell Sarah.
So because he obviously wants to be chatting to these men further.
Yeah.
And
Arranging
he needs a place
meetups.
where like they can chat and it's not like him giving out his number.
Yeah, but he still looks like a real person.
Yeah.
I need to tell Sarah, especially because they have reserved a plot for a house together just a few weeks ago. And I think getting a mortgage with this man is a bad idea.
Yeah.
I feel sick at the thought of bringing this up to her, but I'm so angry at this man as he is clearly getting up to suspicious behavior behind Sarah's back.
How does he think he's going to get away with putting his face on all these Instagram accounts, which are clearly doing unusual activity? Like, Sophia.
Oh my God, one of his dodgy Insta feeds. Pics attached.
No.
Oh my God.
No.
Right. So this is luxury lifestyle vibe. It's got a verified tick.
What? So this is one of his solo.
It's one of his solo accounts. This is his like lifestyle account. It's a lifestyle, bro. This is just like, it looks legit.
It's giving legit. It's giving, I live a nice lifestyle. I'm on holiday. I've got nice cars. I'm a strapping lad and I'm smiley and I'm real. Yeah. And the verification Makes it look like shit.
I'm going to search him and find.
Yeah.
Can we see who else he's following?
Yeah. So what's that? Is that she only sent that one account? That's clear as day to me, is it not? To you? Oh my God.
Let me have a look.
Oh my. Yeah, this is his work profile. I'm asking if he's messaged him.
Oh my God, he's got 46 mutuals, all gay.
Oh
my God.
Okay. So yeah, I
Right,
mean, we've
okay.
had confirmation on our side that some funny business is going on.
Yeah, some funny businesses going down.
So yeah, I mean, so she said,
Who knew he was
How
so
do-
well connected?
we are so connected in this world, like mutuals.
Mutuals,
So
46 mutuals.
has she asked, how do I tell her? What was the final
Yeah,
query?
well, I think because it's that awkward thing that's like, I've been doing some digging on your boyfriend. Like, that's awkward because you and your boyfriend have been digging to
Yeah.
find all these accounts.
But you don't have to, like, that I fear should be the least of her problems. Like, you present her with that account, you know, with the Spanish men. This is, I mean, really awful for Sarah, because obviously this guy thinks he's being super slick and he thinks that this is how he can live the rest of his life, like keeping it all a secret. But at the end of the day, like, he surely wants to live his truth too.
You would think.
You would think.
But they've just agreed this plot of land for this
I know.
house.
Well, obviously,
New build estate.
obviously he thinks, you know, Sarah follows these accounts. She's not. Obviously, Sarah doesn't want to uncover stuff herself
Ignorance is bliss.
because I fear she probably knows, you know, maybe deep down something.
Yeah, Sarah's this at the end of the day.
Because you don't want to know. It's like if you
Yeah.
think your boyfriend's cheating, it's like obvious. It's like
You wanna turn a blind
Because when I
eye.
find out, I'm gonna have to leave.
Act on
you
it,
know?
yeah. But I imagine that if there would be things in Sarah's head where she's thinking, well, that kind of makes sense, and I guess that did happen.
I think
and
especially
that
when
kind of makes sense.
the like
now,
Spanish
and-
account gets presented to her. Oh yeah, he did go to Spain on alone for 4 days, and I think sit her down. I mean, where are we going to do this? How? Invite her round?
Yeah, I'm just thinking invite her around,
Yeah.
or
And it just be you there, maybe not your boyfriend.
or just like FaceTime vibes.
I think in person would be good because this is
big.
because I don't want her to be alone, you know, and get this news and then she's alone and she's spiraling. And I think if you're there to be like, look, you can stay here tonight, you know, I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
if you want.
just like, you've got me, you know, let's get to the bottom of this. Look, you stay here tonight. I'll go back to your flat and grab some stuff. You know, I don't know. Like, I think
You've got some cleansing balm
you need
in
to
the bathroom.
be there because this is like earth shattering. Like she was gonna, like she's about to build a house with this guy. Like she like in her head, this is the father of her children. This is her husband. You know, you're
It
doing
would be
all that.
interesting to see her reaction because you never know. Like Sarah may know more than you think she knows.
Yeah, true. And she might be okay with it.
Sarah might know this account exists. Just
Yeah.
because she doesn't follow it doesn't mean she doesn't know. Like people keep a lot of their relationship private. Sarah may know more than we think. Or she's going to be absolutely blindsided. I think all you can do in these situations is just be honest.
Yeah.
Say, look, I came across this account. I found it. It's Brian's. I don't know, like, you know, it's following all of these different accounts. Here's my phone. Have a look through yourself. Like,
Yeah.
what do you think? What do you make of this? You know, what do you think of this? I'm going to let you come to your own conclusions.
And then let her know, obviously, about Brian's sister. He's pursuing other women too. That in itself is, he sent a woman, you know, a message saying you're cute.
kind of cute.
That in itself is
Hi.
cheating, you know? So present her with that, screenshots of that, and be like,
Just the facts are always great.
yeah.
And
I
you
think-
don't have to put too much of your opinion in the mix.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just like, this is just what
Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah.
I thought you should see this. You may even already have seen this before.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I'm doing my due diligence as a friend because, you know, I don't think this sits right.
Well, just say like, if this was about my Brian, I would want you to come with me with with the information. So I'm just doing what I would want in, if I was in this
and
situation.
she might not really, if this is all news to her, she might not be up for having a big deep dive about it all immediately.
Yeah.
She might be quite closed and be like, oh my God, I need to get out of here. I want to go. But then she might come back to you later ready to like speak.
Yeah, and just let her know.
So I think if she goes quite like cold and closed and quite like, oh my God, no, like, why are you showing me this? Blah, 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 blah. It's probably just panic. So I would just I would take it easy.
I'm here. We've obviously got the spare room. You can sleep in my bed. Whatever. I'm here for you. Because obviously she's not been sharing much about her relationship.
Yeah,
since
that's
the
what I mean.
She
incident. She might some of this.
She might her instinct might to be like to shut you down and be like, oh, it's just business.
Yeah,
and be like, oh, I'll go talk to him. But it, maybe put on like a front for a second, but let her know. Absolutely. I mean. Look, I'm always here for you. You know where I am.
I'm not judging.
I'm hopefully, and just let her know that, you're not judging. You're not telling her to break up with him. But
and then she can do her own digging and she can just sit and with her thoughts and think.
Because, it takes, sometimes, look, I've been there. It takes you a while to come to terms with the fact that, I can't be with this person anymore. This isn't serving me.
And you've got to remember when you're going into this conversation, like you've had a lot of time to see this, digest it, process it, think about what you're going to say. Like you're going into this conversation very prepared, but she is coming into this conversation absolutely fucking clueless. So you can't expect her to have the most perfect reaction because you don't know, like she might get angry at you. She might get angry at the messenger. You never know. I just think you just need to like give her grace and be like, look, I've prepped for this conversation. You haven't. So like, you just need to react how you're going to react. But yeah, I think you should definitely tell her.
100%.
She is then going to make her own decisions. It might take her a while. It might not be like, yeah, I'm going to stay here tonight. I'm never going back.
Because it's
probably not going to be that.
Like, the Instagram accounts, they're following some like unusual people, but I feel like because she's not had any like evidence of like, and even still like there is the Brian's sister message, but like the Spanish account.
Yeah,
I fear she might try and like justify it like, oh, it's just another one of his, luxury car accounts and
it's for work.
It's for work and he's connecting with like-minded Spanish men. I fear because it's like until there's a screenshot of like two willies and like in your face, like that's Brian's willy. You know what I mean?
Someone else's ass.
Like I fear until it's like visual.
She's not going to see it.
But we do have a visual thing. Like he messaged Brian's sister. So he's cheating.
That's
on her.
something.
That is like evidence and proof of like infidelity.
She needs to just have a dig on these accounts. But I fear Brian does not let his phone out of his sight.
I fear she doesn't want to have a dig because she
knows what she would see.
She's been with this guy for 5 years.
Yeah.
Since she was 20.
Yeah, it's big.
And you just have to let her know, I'm here for you. Because this is earth-shattering news.
Yeah. And she's going to need time to digest.
Yeah. But I do feel as though she has some sort of gut that will speak to her when you speak to her. Do you know what I mean?
It might just open the floodgates and be like, oh my God, this makes so much sense because I did see this a while ago, but I didn't really know. And I did see this and I did see this. But I would just let her process.
She might let it all out. She might be like, I've been harboring, I found this out a year ago, and she might have been keeping it all in, but she might be really relieved that she can now talk to her friend about it, because it's like, how do you even, like, if I was her, how do you even tell
How do I even start this conversation?
About that? Like,
where do I begin?
Where do you even begin? But so she might, obviously, she could react in a multitude of ways. Just be prepared for any single one of them. But most importantly, just let her know that you're here for her. Be kind, supportive, whatever decision she makes, you'll be there. And that, I mean, poor Sarah. Because he's just like doing it out in the open. Like,
I feel like he's just a guy that's got an excuse for everything though, isn't he?
Because it's always...
And he's like, oh, you know how it works, babe. Like, it's just this and that.
Because it's all linked to the business. It's all linked to the business.
Right, too much willy talk. Now we're talking about pussies.
Babies have been birthed. Babies have been born. God has blessed us with 2 pregnancies. This is the announcement. And they are in fur form. And
And they have
Sarah
4
here-
legs.
Yeah, so
Pussycat.
8 legs in total. Sarah said, help us name our kittens. She said,
What a lovely side quest for today's
do you know
episode.
what? Look, she said, bit of a different dilemma. If you want a bit of lightheartedness, we do.
we
Because
do. We've had a lot this week.
like, we've had just an earth-shattering dilemma,
Yeah.
Sarah, so we actually
we
appreciate
need to
this
lighten
one.
the vibe.
My Brian are getting 2 kittens next month.
Oh
And we
my
need
God.
name ideas. They're both boys and both tabby colour. I've attached some pics. She's got some contenders.
Okay.
And they're really strong. I fear, Sarah, you may have already nailed it.
Okay.
Matcha and latte.
Cap and Chino. Okay, let's see their colourings.
And Brian and Steve. He said Sonny and Angel.
I love Sonny and Angel.
I fear it's Sonny and Angel.
Oh my God, Sonny and Angel's really good.
Sonny and Angel.
Let's see the
But let's
cats.
get the visual of Sophia.
Oh, they look like a Sonny and an Angel to me.
We can show. They look like those little cat Sonny angels, guys.
Oh my God. I think I need a cat.
I know.
I think I need a little kitten.
I really want to become a cat person because
I know.
they're
They're great pets.
You don't have to
and they're
walk
quite
them.
self-sufficient.
They're just their personalities vary so much, but then so do.
Miso and soup.
Miso and soup. That's a great one. Okay, let's get the juices flowing. I love Sonny and Angel. I do. Blueberry muffin. No, that one does. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
that's cute.
I'm just
I
throwing
like
out some
blueberry muffin.
ideas.
Lemon sorbet.
Yes, now we're talking. Kinder Bueno.
Kitten cat.
bread. Banana.
It's giving
bread.
Eggy and bread. Molly May's cat.
Yes.
Bacon and sausage.
Fried
Percy and
egg.
pig. Fried egg. Then it's just fried. Tim and Tam. Tim Tam.
Tim and Tam.
I think Sonny Angel is super cute. I think
too.
Miso Soup is also quite cute, actually.
And if you and Brian have a connection to Miso Soup, maybe your first date was at a sushi bar.
yeah,
You
and then
know?
or we just love sushi, and it's like, miso.
Yeah, miso, soupy. Because miso is
Miso.
miso. And then it's soupy, soup.
M&S.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, absolutely.
Miso and soup.
Yeah. I think Sonny Angel is your winner.
Yeah, because Sonny's really cute and Angel's really cute.
So
They're both
cute.
equally as strong as
And
independent names.
If you're a Sonny Angel collector, then that
goes
fear
on top of the cherry. That's cherry on top.
Wow, round of applause for the kittens.
Wow, you're going to be a cat mom. Oh.
Right, we've got one final dilemma to sign us off. And this is a fun one because this is all about summer and fun.
Summer and love, always on my mind. Right, we've got here, I want a summer of love.
And you know what this reminds me of?
What?
The Leona Lewis film. We're walking on sunshine.
Yeah, it gives Mamma Mia energy.
Yeah.
Okay, so love the podcast and tune in every week.
Thank you,
Sarah. I am 21. Wow, the world's your oyster. And this year, I really want a summer of love.
Yeah.
But I just don't know where to start. 2025 has really been my year so far. I've
Wow.
been learning to drive, worked really hard to buy myself a car, got a promotion at work, have made a new friend group of lovely people,
Yay.
been going to some new clubs. You know, I've really been pushing myself socially.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Sarah. That's
Oh,
incredible.
That's
I even
amazing.
went on my first ever solo trip. Wow.
Sarah, I'm really proud of you.
As this year is full of stepping out of my comfort zone.
Also, at the age of 21.
Ripe
That,
age.
that's incredible. Yeah.
I'd like to apply that to my dating life too. I haven't had much experience when it comes to dating, and the experience I have had on apps has really turned me off.
Oh, okay.
This is probably because I'm very tall and it limits people who are interested in me significantly.
Does it?
I think not having the coming of age teenage experiences due to COVID has stunted mine and a lot of young people's confidence.
Exactly, because you're Mariana's age, just a
Yeah.
little bit younger. And yeah, you were in
a big
COVID
gap.
when, yeah.
As a result, I can't help but feel a bit socially anxious. You know, if a guy messages me, I don't even really know what to say.
Right.
I'd like to meet someone in person and for it to happen more naturally, but I'm worried that's unrealistic these days. And if it is, what advice would you give to someone who doesn't know what she's doing and wants to get over her fear? I also don't drink, but I want to be a fun, confident young woman without it. So any general advice to start dating would be great. Thanks so much, girls. From Sarah.
Sarah.
Summer in love. Let's go, Sarah.
Yeah, you don't need to drink at all. And I think adopt the attitude like, I don't chase, I attract. Like, I'm a magnet. Like, I feel like you've got this incredible energy around you. Like, you've just learnt to drive. You bought a new car. You've got a promotion, made all these new friends. Like, I feel like everything is going right for you. And adopt that attitude with like meeting someone and your dating life to just be like, do you know what? I'm out here. I'm proud of myself. I'm open. I'm smiley. I'm friendly. Anyone would be lucky to get to know me. Yeah. Because I'm a beacon of light.
I would lose the whole thing of like, I don't really know what I'm doing. Yeah. Like, because I don't really have my confidence because like Sarah, you've been on a solo trip.
Yeah.
Okay. You've just made a whole new circle of friends. I think confidence is not something that you are lacking by any means. And the thing about dating is it's just not something that you can really force. Like, you might want to go on a date at the weekend. Doesn't mean you're necessarily going to get a date for the weekend. Like, dating sometimes comes in waves, and sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I've got all these dates this week. Other times, like, life isn't always like Sex in the City where we're dating 3 guys and we've got 4 people on the go. Like, sometimes it's not always going to be like that. But I think the only thing you can do is literally what you are. Like, you're pushing yourself so like, if you were sitting inside all day and weren't going out, I'd be like, well, you're not really doing yourself any favors. But you're making new friends, you're going out, like that's all you can really do. Like, if you don't like the apps, that's out of the question. Like,
you're being social, you're socializing like with your new friend. I think just maybe this summer,
like maybe put the feelers out to your friends. Like, anyone want to set me up this week? Like, anyone got any guys? Like, pass my number along. Like, maybe set your friends a challenge to like set you up on a blind date.
And I think
someone will know someone.
Of adopt the attitude like, I'm just going to say yes. Yeah. You know, maybe I'm not feeling up to going out that night, but do you know what? I'm going to say yes because the possibilities are endless for what could happen that night, who I could meet, you know, where we're going to go, you know, and just kind of be like, I'm going to have this summer of abundance and things are going to come to me naturally because they will. And if you say it to the universe, it's going to happen. I can already see it. Like, you're doing everything for yourself. You're exuding confidence that everything's going right for you. So just adopt that with the dating life as well.
And also just have a bit of faith that like the more you date, like the easier it gets. And like, it is scary if you haven't really dated much before. It's, this is very new. Like, I'm not really used to like dating as an adult. Like, what's going on? Like, it's normal to be nervous. It's normal to feel like, oh gosh, like this is new. But the more you date, the easier it gets. And like, the more you go on, you won't have these like sickening nerves every single time. Like, you will build up your confidence and you will be like, go on then, I'll go on a date with you. And like, like whatever. It was nice or it wasn't or whatever. Like, it's like anything. The more you do it, the more confidence you will get.
I would dip your toe in with the like mutual friend thing.
I would also dip your toe in with like, because can we go on a double date? Like, can we have a group situation?
Someone always knows someone who is single and you know, someone will know someone who will know someone.
Even if it's a case of like, I'll invite him out with us on Friday. Yeah. And then someone else is just there in your social group that's kind of single and it's like just someone kind of you can like dip your toe in.
And it just opens the doors to, you know, other possibilities.
Yeah. I will lean on your social circle
but
a lot.
I wouldn't put so much pressure on it as well, you know, kind of.
Like, I don't want you to be disappointed if you don't have this crazy Monte Carlo summer romance.
I would like take the pressure off and just adopt the attitude that I said before. Like, look, I don't chase, I attract. What is meant to me will never pass me by. Maybe right now I am meant to just be pouring into my friends and that's okay. But I'm open. I am attracting people to come into my life, hopefully romantic. And I'm sure it will happen.
Summer in love.
You're going to get it,
girl. Here we go, Sarah.
Ooh! Right, let's get a quote for that.
We need our star of the week.
Shit!
Our favorite part of the episode.
And this is a really nice thing that Brian did for Sarah.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Really sweet. Hi, girls. I wanted to submit my Brian Ben,
shout out. You're doing great things.
For start of the week. I was in the middle of my personal training exams and I was just feeling so stressed. I went to my lash appointment and when I went to pay, my lash lady smiled and said, "You don't need to pay today." I was in complete disbelief and thought she was joking, but turns out Ben had secretly found her on Instagram and paid for my appointment ahead of time. Ben! What a keeper. Best surprise ever.
Do you know how nice that is? And like he had to find her on Instagram.
It meant the world to me.
Oh, Ben, that is so lovely.
He also loves listening to the pod with me and would love to be a winner.
Oh.
And this is the message he sent to Sarah's Lash Lady. Hi, Sarah. I'm Sarah's boyfriend. I was just wondering if I could pay for Sarah's sex appointment. Don't tell her, though.
Oh, Ben, thank you for listening and thank you for treating our Sarah so good.
This is Ben.
Oh, Ben.
You guys.
Oh, so handsome.
Very handsome. Sarah, you're a bombshell. You're incredible.
What a lovely couple.
Oh,
what's
gorgeous.
Sarah's name?
This is Georgia.
Georgia! Ben and Georgia. Oh, lovely couple.
Do it every week, Ben, please.
Yeah, you've started a habit now, Ben. You're going to have to come through.
You've set the standard
You've
now.
set the
You've
standard.
got to follow through every week.
Next time Georgia goes to her lash session, she's got to pay for it.
And
She's gonna
also,
think,
Ben,
Ben's not covered this time.
we get our nails done, Ben, and we get our hair done. And we also like massages.
We might also get our eyebrows done. Pedicure.
Lip blush,
There
facials.
are other things you can pay for if you'd like.
A lovely
If you'd
facial.
like to be star of the week again, you know what you need to do.
90-minute facials never go amiss, Ben. Right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for
Quote.
listening. We'll finish on a quote. And whilst Cinzia finds that, if you would like a bonus episode every single week, you can get them over on Patreon. We do 2 episodes a week, every Monday and every Wednesday. And you can email your dilemmas and your star of the week entries to hello@thegirlsbathroom.com. Sign us off with a quote, Cinz. What have we got?
I'm finding a Summer of Love quote. This is nice for Sarah. And you already are this, Sarah, but I'm just saying it again. I am open to the endless possibilities of love that exist in my life.
Great mantra.
You know,
Take it in.
They're all coming in with abundance, Sarah. I can feel it for you. You're going to have the most incredible summer.
Thank you guys so much for listening. We love you so much. If you're in the group chat, we'll see you on Monday. If not, we'll see you back here next Wednesday.
Love ya.